Hey, welcome back to the Diamond Download. Chase, we forgot our music again. Remember when we said last week?
I just remembered now that you said that. I remember that we forgot.
Exactly, dude. Brutal. Oh, anyway, nice haircut.
Thanks, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I just got back from Puerto Rico. Did I tell you that?
No. I saw the story. Did you go to the fight?
Yeah, the fight. Okay, so the fight was legit 2 minutes long. It took us longer to get out of the parking garage than it took for us to actually see the fight because everyone left at the same time. Dude, it took us legitimately an hour to get out of the parking garage. And we had like four girls with us that we had to like wrangle and make sure they didn't get lost in Puerto Rico, kidnapped. Dude, it was a long trip, but you know what? I'm glad we did it. I enjoyed it. I got some sun. I don't know if I look a little more tan, but I've definitely gotten some sun.
I mean, that's awesome. Was it worth it though? Like the experience of being there for 2 minutes. Like, do you wish it went the full however many rounds, or was it fun to see it end the way it did? Like, what's your
Uh,
thoughts?
Dude, people love Jake Paul in Puerto Rico. People think that it's like the same way that we see like Dwayne the Rock Johnson in America. Like they think of Jake Paul like that in Puerto Rico. Like he is their king. And so like I wanted to see because everyone was going nuts when he was just wailing on this guy. By the way, who was he fighting? Like it looked like my uncle. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I mean?
saw the
Like
name. I never heard of him, so I have no clue who that was. I don't even remember his name.
some retired boxer. I don't know even why he would take that fight. He didn't promote it. It was super weird. But anyway, yeah, dude, like people were going nuts over Jake Paul. I would have liked to see it like go. Like we were in line, me and my
Get
girl.
your money's worth.
Well, yeah. I mean, me and my girl, we were in line. We were trying to like get like a hot dog or something like that, and then we heard people booing, and we were like, "Oh, like the fight's starting." And she was like, "No, like we can probably like go in there like round 3 or 4." I was like, "I have a feeling we're not gonna have that option." So we go in there like literally as we get to our seats, the fight starts, ding, and then like 2 minutes later it's gone. So
So did he even make it the full round, or like within the first round it happened?
first round, yeah, 2 minutes, bro.
Dude, that's crazy. How big was the stadium or the arena, like where it was?
Oh, it was packed out. Like it looked like an American arena. It was nice.
Wow.
Dude,
I
speaking of
think
speaking of knockout, let's talk about how Klaviyo just knocked out every email marketing agency and how
oh my
sorry,
god.
segue, but dude, so I don't really know what's going on here. Let me pull up where are my topics here? Okay. Klaviyo is a competitor now. That's topic number one. A competitor to you. Kind of crazy to see that happen. Have you like heard a lot of people talking about it? Like what's going on now? So wait, so sorry. For anybody who doesn't know what's going on, Klaviyo recently just announced that they're adding services um to their product suite, I guess. So now they'll like set up flows for you, they'll set up campaign, and they'll do like a full stack like email marketing service. I think it's like 7 grand a month.
Yeah, it's crazy. By the way, I think I was like the first one to like drop and announce this on social. A bunch of friends, a bunch of agencies and partners were like messaging me and a bunch of other our friends like, yo, we just got this email from the partner team. Like, what do you guys think? What do you think? And like, it didn't seem like anyone was going to share it or post it. It seemed like kind of everyone was a little bit afraid to share. So I was like, should I share this? Like, should I break the news? So I posted this news, and I definitely wasn't expecting to get quite the response that it did. At this point in time, about 24 hours after posting, it's at 83,000 views, which I think is a lot of views for like a thing about Klaviyo that was, I thought, going to be fairly niche. I thought like only agencies would care, but a lot of people chimed in. So I think we set off like this ripple effect within the ecosystem where now people are like quote retweeting it, they're talking about it, whereas before, I don't know if it would have made the noise. So essentially what happened is, to your point, exactly right. Like they're now doing professional services. And I shared last night later when I found the actual screenshot of it officially from them. There's three offerings in there that they're going to have. One is email template service. So for $750, they'll build you a template. It's like a drag and drop modular template. You can have 6 sections and you get one revision. So that price point actually is competitive with a lot of the agencies I talk to. A lot of agencies price emails out in a monthly retainer, but their price per email tends up being 400, 500, 600, upwards of 800 or $1,000 an email. So a lot of people are saying, oh, this is just for enterprises, whatever. That actually affects a lot of the medium and large brands with agencies. Like, do you go with Klaviyo? Do you go with an agency? I think you should go with an agency. I'm a little bit biased, but I mean, Klaviyo packs a punch, right? Like they have the brand recognition. don't you expect and think that brands are going to assume that they know it inside and out and they're better at it? So I think that's like the underlying thing here is like they're saying it's not competitive. They're saying they're just trying to go up market. But the way that it's priced, it's competitive with my agency. It's competitive with a dozen plus other agencies that I know personally that are all also saying like, what the heck? We brought you dozens and hundreds of clients each, and you're going to go do this. And then kind of to continue on, right? Like they have a email flow build out where they'll charge you $1,000 per flow. It includes setup, technical guidance and validation, 15 components maximum per flow, dynamic content, a round of revision. So again, I know a lot of agencies, small, medium, and large, that charge 3 to 5,000, 5 to 10,000, $10 to $15,000 for a flow project, right? That's priced very competitive with a lot of us. So Klaviyo saying that we're playing nice, we're going after the larger brands, not really true until you get into like the kind of implementation service that's 30K per brand. That's a little bit higher tier, that's a little bit more involved, but still that does compete with a lot of agencies, us included. So
Wait, 30,
it's really interesting to see. Was that
30 grand a month?
I think it's a one-time fee, so it's basically almost like an account migration. So they want to take you from Salesforce or whoever, migrate you over. They'll charge you 30 grand to do it. You get 8 segments and 7 flows and email templates and forms. So almost like we'll take you from Salesforce or some other enterprise. We'll charge you 30 grand to migrate, obviously plus the fees that they're paying them to use this service, right? So a brand that's going to be paying that probably could be paying Klaviyo 10, 20, 50 grand, 100 grand a month, right? So they're definitely double dipping, right? As a business, does it make sense? Does it not make sense? It just feels like a slap in the face, right?
Hmm. Yeah, interesting. Do you think that, how do you see it playing out? Do you think that people are going to actually start to use Klaviyo and their services, or do you think that they might try it and then they realize they suck? Or like, what do you think's gonna happen here?
Yeah, I think a bit of both. I think a lot of brands that don't know better, that just want like, I don't want to say want to be lazy, but they just want like a one-stop shop. Like, why wouldn't you pay Klaviyo to do this, right? Like, Klaviyo is already talking to you, selling you on using their platform, and they can have another conversation pretty quickly and easily, just basically saying, "Oh, and we'll charge you to do this," and almost just add it as a line item. I feel like that's a pretty compelling pitch for a lot of brands. So I think a lot of folks that are saying this isn't a threat, um, I think they're gonna maybe regret saying that or maybe change their mind on that because I think it is a threat. Klaviyo controls the conversation. They have the best and strongest brand in the space. Doesn't matter if you have a personal brand or not. Like it's Klaviyo. Everyone knows Klaviyo. They're a $9 billion company. They're public. I think everyone will try to give them a shot if they're coming over. Whereas otherwise, I do believe that they would use an agency. Um, I also think too, right? It's going to be hard for them to do software well plus services well. So I do think they're going to run into some hiccups. Hopefully, they mess up with a lot of the brands quickly, and the rep is that they are not great at agency. They're better at service in terms of software. So we'll see. I think it's somewhere in between. But I mean, why wouldn't you try them, right? Like you're going to assume that they know better than everyone else because they literally invented the software.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, I mean, do you know that you can buy Jimmy Kim a coffee and he'll like build your entire email marketing setup for free?
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, the other part is right. Like with all of this too, like Klaviyo support, in my opinion and experience, has been awful. So it's like, they're gonna basically probably dedicate a lot of resources to their own team. And the other point that someone raised too is like, well, where are they hiring from? They're probably hiring from agencies and brands that use them, right? So it almost becomes this conflict of interest. And it's really easy to upfront to be like, hey, we're cool. We're just gonna take a few clients that you guys probably won't get anyways, and we're just gonna go for the big dogs. No big deal. But dude, as soon as that line starts getting blurred, as soon as they see revenue coming in, like why wouldn't they just own the entire ecosystem and just dominate? And why wouldn't they just try to grow their revenue tenfold? Like they're in it for themselves. They're a public company. It's all about Klaviyo. It's not about the partners.
Did they ever make any money off the partners? Like, did they get like referral fees? Because you're like front page of Klaviyo partners, boundless structured.
Yeah.
Um, like, did they ever get paid for that?
No, they didn't. They didn't. Not that I'm aware of. They didn't take a referral fee, but someone asked. Actually, John Coyle asked, like, what do you think they should have done differently? And what I think they should have done is almost like a partnership JV white label of their top agency partners. So it doesn't have to be the biggest partners, but the partners that have the best track record. Small, medium, large agencies alike. Certain people have certain specialties. Why don't you partner up, have them work with you, kind of divvy it up? Maybe Klaviyo does the sales, the agency or the freelancers do the fulfillment. Klaviyo takes a piece off the top. They don't have to worry about building out the agency program. It's just basically a sales function now. And you really put your partners forward. You help them drive revenue. You help build out the ecosystem. I feel like if I was them, that's what I would have done. I feel like a lot of partners would have been stoked and kind of rallied behind them if they got to work directly with Klaviyo and everyone was making money. Klaviyo was making more money. Brands and service providers were making more money. Agencies were making more money, right? Everyone involved could have had part of the pie, where I feel like now it's really kind of the slivers trying to be owned by Klaviyo. That's my personal take of it.
Do you think that there's room for agencies to boycott? Because like you and I would say there's probably like 100 big agencies that could wipe a couple thousand accounts off of Klaviyo,
Yeah.
which would massively hurt them. Um, do you think there's like a way where that would happen, where it's like all the e-marketing agencies just switch to SendLane or switch to another platform that's a little bit more customer friendly?
Yeah, I think there's a possibility of that, right? Like I think like the kind of the knee jerk reaction, right, is like, oh, Klaviyo's against us, and a lot of people are probably going to be vetting SendLane and maybe other opportunities now. I don't think it's going to be like an overnight thing, but I think the sentiment has definitely changed. And I think this has definitely cemented the sentiment, at least in my opinion. So I think like gradually and over time, I see that being, a high likelihood. There's a high probability that that happens. Is that going to happen today and tomorrow? Probably not. But I think the future is like more diversification. I mean, heck, when we started for the first 3 or 4 years of the business, we wouldn't touch a brand that wasn't using Klaviyo. And the only way we would touch a brand that wasn't on Klaviyo is if they were willing to migrate to Klaviyo. Where now I think, over the past couple months, 6, 12 months, it's really forced us to be a kind of ESP agnostic, where it doesn't matter if you're on Klaviyo or SendLane or name other ESP. We're down to work with you. And we're not going to bring you over to Klaviyo. We're going to keep you where you are. Or if you express concerns, we're going to introduce you to SendLane or other platforms that we think are very customer friendly, very support heavy.
Nice. I like it. I
Heck
trust
yeah.
you. I think you guys are big enough where you have, the ability to impact the space. And I think like humbly, whatever Chase Diamond says goes. So use your LinkedIn presence for good, Chase. Do what you got to do.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm just fed up with them. Like, dude, finally today, after threatening to ask for more help, I finally got an answer from an email I've been waiting on Klaviyo to respond to for at least a month and a half. It was January 20th or January 25th, whatever it was. And now we're in like early March. I've been waiting for answers. I've been texting. I feel like I'm literally just talking to a conversation myself. Like, hey, can I get help on this? Can I get help on this? And just crickets. And then I finally last night sent the guy a text and email. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna hit up every VP at your company until I get help. Like, do you want to help me? It's just gonna take 2 seconds to respond. And it's just like, I don't know why I'd have to like threaten someone to get help after sending like 6 emails and 6 text messages. So I think that's why like a lot of people are just upset
What was the issue?
about one of the payments for some clients for Q1. They just haven't responded to it. Like, just trying to get insight and clarity on like, is this payment correct? Is this payment not correct? What's the amount? What's happening? Why is it this case? So it's just a payment related issue that like we can't get solved, and it's been north of 45 days.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's
Well, hit me
ridiculous.
with the next one. I know the next one's kind of something you wanted to chat through on the crypto side. Hit me with your thoughts.
Man, I'm so poor. I'm so poor, Chase. Like, dude, every single time that I open my Twitter, the first tweet is about crypto and how much money I'm losing, about how much money everyone else is making in crypto, and I've made nothing. I don't know if you are into crypto. Okay, so we did a topic about this probably like a month and a bit ago, maybe like beginning of January, where it was like, oh, crypto might do something. And we were like, yeah, whatever. But like, I'm pretty sure Bitcoin hit all time high. Maybe.
I mean, dude, you told me on an episode, didn't you pay someone or didn't you join some group or mastermind or something on crypto?
Yeah, but I didn't do anything with it. So like I joined and like he was and yo, there's nothing against those guys. Like they were actually holding up their end of the bargain. They were like, "Yo, did you get your Coinbase set up?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." Like I was doing stuff. I'm like trying to make money so that I can invest in crypto. But like these last like yeah, these last few weeks I've just seen everything go nuts, and now I'm hitting the FOMO part where it's like, dude, what is going on? Like, and so are you also feeling it? Like, am I distracted? Like, are you investing in crypto? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, a couple things, by the way. So it looks like in the past month, it's up 49%. It was at $42,000 February 5th, and now it's at 63,000. It hit an all-time high, I think, yesterday on Monday at 68,000. Just insane. Um, Bro, I was opening my crypto the other day because I kind of see similar things too, and I was just depressed. I was just looking at all the stuff that I bought a long time ago, not Bitcoin, but I bought a bunch of these other coins, Ethereum, etc. And like I bought at the all-time high before, so I'm like still down, even though like a lot of these are running up now. Like I'm still down. Like Ethereum, I'm down. I'm still down like 10 or 20% from when I bought it. Um, there was like a bunch of other coins that I was down 50, 80, 100% on. So like I'm like wanting to get excited about it again, but and I was about to buy stuff, but just looking at all my losses, I'm like, I suck. Like I'm gonna buy high again right now, and I'm gonna get dumped again. So like I'm kind of in the FOMO part too, where I don't know what to do. I don't know enough about it. I'm not smart enough. And I just bought the stock that a friend was telling me about. He bought it at the best price possible, and he's up 25%. I bought it at the worst price possible, and I'm down now like 50% in like 3 weeks. So everything I buy on the stock market or crypto market just tanks. So I think I'm kind of like you. Like I wish I bought, but I didn't. Have you bought since?
No, I'm not. But I do have almost $10,000 in Coinbase now because I'm like slowly injecting it in because like there's only one way that me as a Canadian I can like put money in Coinbase, and it's like the really like shitty way. And so, dude, like I just don't even know what to do these days. Like I actually get like upset. I wrote an email about this today. It's like every single time, it's like everyone you love in your life telling you about how great this party was last night that you weren't at because you were like, oh man, I missed it. I missed the invite. I'll get the next one. And then like you don't hear anything. You don't hear an invite anywhere else. You're like, is there going to be a party? Something going on? And then you miss the next party. And then the next day on Twitter, they're all talking about how great it was. It's like, dude, I keep missing it. And so like I don't know. What should the point of this segment be? Should we should we ask people in the comments to like tell us what to invest in, or like should we figure out like how we're gonna get rich with this? Like, how do we get rich?
Yeah, I mean, even worse, right? I think you've gotten the invites. Like you paid to be in this group. These guys know what they're doing. I think just probably you were busy making money, and then also too, like the it sounds like the way that you're doing it is just slow. It's like waiting on snail mail versus sending an SMS or an email. I don't know the takeaway. I really wish I knew. I see a bunch of guys that I follow too that post like, "Oh, I told you a week ago about this, and now it's up 5x." It's like, damn, I missed the tweet from a week ago. Um, right? So, but you have the access, right? Like I think you are tracking properly. It's just like the execution, maybe. I don't know. It sounds like you have the info. I keep missing the info, so I feel like you have the invite, and I feel like I'm waiting on the invitation.
Perhaps. Wait, where's my group chat with these guys? I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, no. Okay, so like they keep inviting me to like pre-sale things. Um, which like this might be a scam, so I don't know if I want to say it out loud. And then I asked them about this coin called Render.
Okay,
Um, and
never
then
heard
this
of it.
no, it's for normies. And then they said, by the way, Mason, if your stuff was set up a month ago, you'd be up 100K already.
That's hard.
It is what it is. I mean, I'm up 100K, just not in crypto. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
up.
you wish that you were up 100K from your other stuff and then 100K more from crypto? You would have doubled up.
Like I'm up 100. I'm pretty sure I got 100K steps in February. My cardio is better, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like I'm making much progress with the crypto thing. So like, and also like these guys are on Australian time, so like whenever they text me, it's like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, dog, I'm in bed. I'll buy it tomorrow, and then it's gone up 85%. I'm like,
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I don't know the takeaway. I crypto's like a thing, stock market's a thing I wish I was good at, because every time I try to do it, I do it myself and I just don't know what I'm doing, and then I waste money, and then it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And then like 3 months come around, I forget about it, right? Like the 51st Dates, if you've seen that movie, I forget about it. And I want to go in again, and then I just lose, and then it's just this cycle. So yeah, I don't know the takeaway. If anyone has the takeaway and any has the North Star for us, please share us. Let us know. We're desperate.
I think we both have a toxic relationship with money markets and crypto. I just feel, yeah, yeah, like we just get hurt every time, and then we always come crawling back for more. It's
Yeah.
really, they should write a song about that.
Maybe
Okay,
Drake will do one.
maybe he will. All right, this is depressing me. Let's move on. On another note, dude. So wait, so you have been pumping with the LinkedIn biz lately. Are you guys at a mil ARR yet? Are you about to hit it like this week, probably?
Yeah, I think we just crossed 1 million. I got to do some quick math. I know the MRR. Let's see, and we're trending upwards. Yeah, we're
83.3.
yeah we're over it. We're over 1 million ARR right now. I think we're right about 6-figure MRR. So we're very close to that.
No way, dude. That's insane. Wait, didn't you? Okay, yeah. I mean, we don't have to share like numbers, but dude, I mean, like, so just in case we have like new listeners, can you explain like the life cycle of this? Where like I think you started about a year ago, didn't you?
Yeah, 11 months ago I started it in April. We're filming this in March. So 11 months ago I started this. Um, and it was just something I thought would be small, kind of a side hustle and hobby, and I really treated it that way for a long time. And then at some point in November, December, we had a conversation on the podcast. You're like, dude, why don't you just scale this? Like, why don't you do calls and raise the price and do this and that? I'm like, I don't really want to do the calls. I'm down to raise the price soon, but maybe I should just start talking about it more. And I really started taking that serious, like after the holidays, like once family was done being sick, once my grandparents were out of town, really started taking this serious again, like 2-3 months ago. And dude, we've added 100 something clients in the past, let's say 2 months, because we're very early in March right now. We've been adding about 50 clients a month, so the business is increasing by about $25,000 to $30,000 a month in MRR, and our churn has been extremely low. And last month we had people that paused in December. Last month we had 3 or 4 of those people that came back from December. I think in December we had 10 people pause. 3 or 4 of them came back in January. Another 3 or 4 came back in February. So we had 60 to 80% of the people actually come back that had left or kind of temporarily paused. So the business has been great. 231 active clients, 260, 270 all-time clients. Now we're at 12 people. We just had 2 new team members start, and we're scaling. I'm loving it. I'm taking it serious. I'm thinking about this. I'm posting on channels at 10 p.m. at night in bed watching Netflix. Like, I'm hyped about it now. So appreciate the little boost, the little push, and the inspiration to just scale this. I think by the end of the year, this could probably 3 or 4x where we're at now.
Yeah, I saw your little late night Instagram story post. I think it was last night or the night before, and I was like, oh, he's excited. But yeah, I
I'm
remember
pumped.
it was July. It was July. We had the conversation where I was like, Chase, what are you doing, bro? This is a gold mine. Not because I remember I was in Spain.
Oh, you're in Marbella, right?
I was in Marbella, and then I remember the week after that when I got back, we did the ad that
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that's still running on Twitter.
Bro, I have like 50 tweets that are all organic that I just spend a few dollars behind every single day. And that video of you gets a lot of traction. Like the way that I have it running is like it just optimizes spend. It just spends on the tweet that has the most engagement. I probably see like most days at least a like or two or comment or two on the ad you made, on the video that you made, talking about trying to get me to raise the price, which is happening soon. As soon as we have 250 clients, probably gonna happen the next few weeks. We're raising the price. So we're
Oh,
very close to the first price raise ever.
oh, this is big. This is real big. What? So
Excited.
what's it gonna go up to?
I'm thinking right now $100 extra a month. So it'll be like 650 a month. And then dude, Shaq is selling it. Shaq is kind of has a partnership with us. He's selling it for more than that right now, and includes his account and some other things. So he's kind of proven to me that people are willing to pay upwards of $1,000 a month for this,
Whoa. All right.
which is sick. Dude, it's been great. I actually got a text literally today. I won't say his last name, but a guy named Nick, not Nick Shackelford, but a different Nick. He sent me this screenshot. I'm trying to make sure his name's not in it. Here, I'm going to edit this really quickly. But basically, he's up 126,000% since she started working with us.
What?
Yeah, check this out.
Possible.
So he's had, since he's been working with us, he had 1 million impressions, and he's up 126,000%. I don't know what he was getting before. I don't know if he was or wasn't posting. I think he obviously was. Actually, yeah, he was, because look at this. If you see like the chart, you can see like when he started working with us, like that huge spike on this side closest to my finger. And you can see kind of some of the other activity before. So he has been posting for a while. And he hit 1 million impressions in the first, it looks like quarter of working with us. The first 3 months of working with us, he had 1 million impressions. Let me see how many followers he has. So, I mean, dude, it's working. Another girl the other day told us that she's gotten 3 leads, like 3 like book demo calls for her agency in the first month. This guy Nick only has 5,000 followers, so he's punching way above his weight. You know, posts are getting hundreds of likes and hundreds of comments. So pretty sick,
dude. Unreal. Do you?
Yeah.
Question: do you feel richer than you did?
Richer?
Richer. Like, do you feel the new money coming in?
No, not really. By the way, I have one more to share. This girl named Casey Brown posted this, so I can share this. I started posting on LinkedIn 32 days ago. Here's what happened so far. I gained 200,000 organic impressions. If I was running ads, this would have cost me $4,000. We only charge her like, I think she came in through Nick, so I think she pays us like $700. So, you know, instead of paying $4,000 with ads, she spent $700. So, you know, was that 5-6x ROI in terms of what she would have spent on ads? She gained almost 1,000 followers, and she set 12 discovery meetings and closed 1 deal so far. Pretty crazy.
She's positive on
was that?
She's like ROI positive.
Oh yeah. Like I need to screenshot that. I have like this folder of case studies or kind of testimonials. At this point now, we have like over probably 100 screenshots in there. Every time someone sends me something good, I screenshot it and I toss it in there. But do I feel richer? I don't. Basically, what happens is anytime money goes into my account, I just basically send it elsewhere. So my like personal account and my business account don't have a lot of money in it intentionally. Every time it comes in, I send it a few places. One is I send it to a high yield savings account where I get 5%. So, you know, every week, you know, I toss in, you know, X amount of money into that. And then I'm doing like, I guess like day trading, but I actually have someone that's doing it for me, thankfully, or else I would have lost probably my house and everything else, right? So I got someone that does some like day trading for me. I send him, you know, more money on a monthly, every other month based type thing. And then I've got a couple other accounts where I've got a few other people kind of doing more like long-term investing in the stock market and kind of mutual funds and bonds. So every time money comes in, like I'm literally sending 80-90% of it out. So I don't really feel richer because I don't ever look at those other accounts. I don't know how things are performing for the better. If I was like tracking those accounts, like there'd be a problem.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. I mean, all right, this is all good information to have. I just because it's.
What about you? How do
money.
you feel? Do you keep it in your account? Like, do you feel rich? Like, I know you spend a lot of money. Like, how do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of used to it now, you know. So like, it's not like new. Like this is like a year ago. Like you were making this much, and now like there's an extra 80 where it's like, oh, what do we do with this? You know what I mean? But no, mine just goes to the business bank account, and then every once in a while, I throw myself like 100,000 and just put it in the. Dude, I don't really like pay myself that much. Like I keep it pretty modest.
Let's say, I mean, your outlay though in terms of team has gotten very expensive. Does
Oh
that feel? How does that feel? Is it painful? Is it exciting? Is it scary? Is it
no, it feels like shit.
amazing? Like,
It's terrible. Like it's the worst part of my whole month is having to pay my team. Like I love them and I'll do it, of course, but like tomorrow I have to do that, and it's gonna be like $150,000. Just
yeah, every month, regardless of how much you make, it's 150 grand is pretty. Well, I guess some of it's variable, but
well,
more or
no,
less, you know the range.
most of them are on commission, but like, dude,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some months where like I'm paying out 250 or 300, depending on how well we do. I'm happy to do it as long as
Yeah,
we do.
yeah,
It's like, I definitely feel it. I watch the number go like that. So
and
it
it's
is.
like all in one go too. It's not like you're paying 158 grand out like spread out over 5 grand a day. That I mean, that has its own psychological things, right? But like you're seeing 150,000 leaving at one time in one increment. It's like,
Yeah. No, it's painful. So I'm gonna do my best to keep it together tomorrow when I have to do that. Probably call my therapist, be like, all right, I'm doing it.
just make your therapist be your accountant and then just have her or him do it.
My accountant sometimes is my therapist. Shout out.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
I'll be like, and he'll be the first to know about all my problems.
That's sick. This was fun. This was a good one. I'm curious to see what people's feedback are.
Yeah, man. I love this episode. This is great. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Diamond Download. Hopefully, if you're an email marketing agency, then Klaviyo doesn't take your fucking lunch. All right.
Yeah,
We'll see
buddy.
you
All right.
next week.
Cheers, man. Bye.